What's up, y'all, and welcome to another video. I actually tried to film this morning and completely lost track of my talking points. So this is going to come up a little bit later in the afternoon than usual for my videos. I usually try to post at noon. This will probably be, I don't know, sometime after that. I'm not exactly sure because I had to pick up a different one of these Paldea collection boxes to open. I've already opened one. I opened the Fuecoco collection this morning. They're pretty cool little boxes. We're going to be opening it up. Obviously, there's only 4 packs in a box, so they are not a super long opening. But what I kind of wanted to do is start kind of discussing just like the Pokemon hobby in general on these Thursday videos. Just answering some questions that I see come up on YouTube. I consume a lot of Pokemon YouTube content, and I see a lot of people kind of bringing up the same points or discussing some of the same issues, and I just kind of wanted to highlight my opinions on some of those questions and any insight or thoughts that I might have that might differ from other people's. So without further ado, though, we will get into this collection box as we discuss things, which I chose to open these collection boxes this week because we have a new generation of Pokemon cards coming, and I think that's one of the things that most people are curious about is what will these Scarlet and Violet cards look like? How will Pokemon be approaching these new sets? And questions surrounding these this new generation of cards. So we get a sneak preview in this box, which is why I chose this box. We do get these promo cards. Kind of showcasing the new silver background, which I think is one of the main... Oop, shifted my camera a little bit there. Do that. Which I think is one of the main changes that Pokemon Company is going to be making, is to implement this new background. Obviously, these are all hollows. I don't necessarily think that every card is going to be a hollow or anything like that. Pokemon Company has indicated that there will be a hollow in every pack, though. So, looks like there's going to be... I think they even maybe said that there will be 3 special cards per pack, but I'm not positive about that. At least 2. Obviously, I would imagine one of them being the reverse, one of them being the regular hollow or better. I sincerely hope that they do not put a art rare or anything like that in every pack. That would just make those cards way too common, which would be a bummer. I would rather see kind of a mix, or for those to be a rarer card. One in every 5 packs, one in every 6 packs, at the most common, I think would be good for something like an art rare. I don't necessarily think they're going to do something like that. I think Pokemon Company does know that the collectability of their cards is a major selling point for Pokemon, so I don't think that they're going to be putting, hits in every box or anything like that. One other thing I wanted to point out on these promos, only one of these is actually a promo. So if you look, this one is the Black Star promo because we got the Sprigatito box. The other 2 are normal set cards and then you can see that they're going to do these kind of similar to the way Japanese cards have been done in the past with lettering and numbering rather than set symbols. So these 2 are actually set cards. This is the promo. We got the Fuecoco promo earlier today, or I did, because that video will not be posted. But these 2 are just set cards, which makes you wonder, okay, is this the normal hollow pattern? I doubt it. One, Fuecoco and Quaxley are not rares, so they would not normally be a hollow. So there is a possibility that this is the reverse pattern. It's more likely that this is just a special promo pattern. That's what they're going with this generation. But, I wanted to throw out there my thought that this could be the reverse card pattern for this generation of cards. I love it. I actually, if that is the case, I would love it. They're very clean. I think it looks a lot nicer than than Sword and Shield reverses. Again, it's probably just that this is a hollow pattern that they're using for the promos. But anyways, you got the starters there, and we will get into the next couple packs and my other question that I wanted to kind of talk about, which is print run for the new year. Pokemon Company kind of discussed at some point last year how much they printed in the last year, in 2022, and that number was in the 9 billion range, which is an incredibly large amount of cards, more than they ever have before, probably 5 or 6 times at least more than they ever did before. But they also posted saying that they're aware that people are still having difficulty finding card packs. And so my guess would be that they are going to actually print more cards in the new year. Hopefully not so much more that, you know, everything gets to the point where it's super sale and, you know, this generation of cards becomes essentially worthless because of how much they print. I would imagine they will not do that. I would imagine it will probably be similar amounts of cards. Maybe it's closer to 10 billion this year. I do think because of waning scalper interest in the hobby, that more cards will be available on store shelves, which is great. You know, people can get more product, but might also mean that Pokemon Company didn't really need to print 9 or 10 billion cards this year. So I think that will just also lead to increased availability and a better chance of finding things on store shelves. However, obviously that is a lot of cards printed, which I think long term will affect the values of some of these cards. Still love the artwork on a lot of these cards, like this awesome trainer gallery right here of a Vaporeon. But, you know, they're just printing so much right now. Hopefully after this year, I would imagine, and that demand seems to be satiated by the 10 billion mark, maybe Pokemon Company will start printing less cards again. Those are kind of my thoughts on print run and the Scarlet and Violet collection. We still have 2 packs to get into. Kind of going along with the print run question and availability would be collectability. We've already kind of talked about that a little bit. I do think because of how rare the ultra rares or the alternate arts of Sword and Shield generation, how rare they were to pull. You know, you're talking 1 in probably 100 packs just to get one, maybe even more. They will still maintain some level of value. However, I think a lot of their value, or people are already kind of anticipating that value going forward, so I feel like they may even trace back a little bit, or stay kind of steady for many years now. I don't necessarily think the Umbreon in 5 years is going to be a $5,000 card. I think the Umbreon in 5 years is going to be $1,000 to $1,500 card in PSA 10, which is where it's at right now. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. If I was collecting things purely for investment, I would stick to sealed product. I think there are going to be some cards that do well. The trick is figuring out which cards are undervalued at the moment. And, you know, for me, maybe that's Celebrations. It was printed pretty heavily, but I think some of those cards have gotten so cheap. For me, as everyone knows, oh, we hit something great, actually. Taking a pause here, I am pretty sure I saw what that was. That is a gold Lugia. Amusing because we're doing the series opening these Silver Tempest packs looking for the alt art Lugia. We did not hit the alternate art, but we did hit a gold Lugia V-Star. That is a beautiful card, beautiful hit to end the opening. And kind of lost track of my train of thought, but I've already kind of made it through my main points. I'd like to kind of continue to discuss these. I'll try to like make it a little more structured. Obviously, I didn't leave any notes for myself this time. So maybe in the future I'll take some notes, because I think there were other things I wanted to say that I didn't quite get to, just because like you start filming a video, hard to remember things. But that being said, I do want to keep doing questions, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Awesome hit out of this collection box, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.